I think you guys can see me now. Pretty sure. Let's see. Perfect. 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 You can hear me too? Okay, I'm going to try something real quick. And I want your guys' opinions on this to tell me which is better. We'll go with number 1 and we'll go with number 2. Okay, so number 1, I'm trying to see if I can change it here. Yep, I can right here. Okay, so this is going to be, maybe I can't do it while I'm in these settings. Nope, I can. All right, so this is going to be, so what you're hearing right now is microphone number 1. So tell me what you think about it. I'm talking on it for a couple minutes. Tell me if you like the sound of this one or the one I'm about to play. This would be microphone number 2. Okay. Microphone number 2 is playing. So tell me if you like microphone number 1 or microphone number 2 better. I'm messing around with StreamYard, so, we're going to figure it out together. You guys are kind of my guinea pigs. Microphone number 1, perfect. I'll switch it back. Good to know. Thank you. Okay, microphone number 1 is back. I'm messing with these little things here, so bear with me. I'm trying to figure this out. We kind of did this before with I think the full screen's better there. I think we're good. So the reason obviously I'm hopping on is just to kind of connect with you guys. No episode this week for Detective Perspective. So I wanted to hop on here, talk about not only the upcoming case, but any cases you guys wanted to discuss in the past. And this is kind of just like, we're hanging. This isn't anything specific. No announcement. Yeah, you can see you can see my kiddo. I know. Peyton, say hi. She wanted to say hi. She's in here for a reason. This is like my temporary office as I'm moving into this house, and we really don't have the full thing. But P, you can say hi.
Sup?
Everybody, this is Peyton. So you can see their comments over here. Was there a certain comment you'd like to highlight? So Derek, we can see your kiddo. So Lindsay was looking out for me because she didn't know that I knew I could see you. So
Wait, what?
So you were in the background, but you weren't in like the full picture. So she was just making sure that I knew they could see you in case I didn't want them to see you. But we're cool with it. You like being in the show. Yeah. Yeah. So right now, how many people do you think are in the room watching you right now?
She's your twin. I am not his twin. You should see my other sister.
Yeah, your other sister.
I look like my mom.
You look more like your mom. I agree with that. But they're saying you're my mini-me.
I swear I'm not.
And this person, Crazy Cat, just gave you a $1.99 super sticker.
Oh, thank you.
So they can donate and stuff. Although you guys don't have to do that. That's not what we're here for. But they want to know, how old are you?
I'm 10.
You're 10. And when was your birthday? It was just passed. Don't say your birthday just in case. But her birthday just passed. Although some of you probably know it. How many people do you think are in here watching right now?
Well, is there like a limit?
No, it can be as many as you want. We just started, so.
Actually, I don't have his eyes. I have brown eyes and he has blue eyes.
That's true.
It kind of looks like it. But
10 is such an exciting. So I can click it. When I click it, it highlights it. So this is what they see.
Maybe like. Oh God! I just looked.
No, you looked, so now you know.
I was gonna guess like 2,000.
Oh, dude, we're not that popular, man. Not that popular.
P is the one that packaged my wife's coffee. Oh, really?
It's true. Well,
I didn't know that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna talk. You can sit. You can sit in here. Say bye.
Peace out.
See, now you're leaving. Yeah. She just wanted to get a little. She just wanted to get a little shine. All right. I love you. I'll come check on you in a little bit. I'll be done in like an hour or so.
All right. I got you.
Got you. Kids. So she wanted to be in here. That's the truth. She wanted to be in here. She was definitely hanging around because I will tell you, she's never in here when I'm working, ever. Yeah, peace out. Peace out. She's too cool. She's too cool for it. Um, okay, we can get to the good stuff. Buried in Fall River. Yeah, I'm buried where I am too. I'm in Rhode Island. Um, Absolutely insane. So I'm 42 years old. By far the most snow I've ever seen in person here in Rhode Island. I don't know if I've seen more in other places. I don't think I have actually, but by far the most I've ever seen here in my street. It's got to be 3 feet. Yeah, Ocean Soul just said 3 feet where she is, and you're not far from me, Ocean Soul. So yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I mean, we're safe. We got electricity, we got food, we got all those things, but it's definitely dangerous. So I took them out. If you were watching on Instagram, I took them out and I let them like kind of like ride down the hill. And once we got down the hill into the street, one of their tubes got away from them. And I live on a big hill, and the tube went down the road. And no joke, shouldn't even like admit this. It's kind of embarrassing, but by the time I walked down the street to get to this tube, and it was pretty far down, but it was so deep, it was up to like my thighs. I was smoked. I was absolutely smoked by the time I got down there. My heart rate was through the roof. So it's legit. And I shoveled a little bit, maybe like an hour ago to try to clear it up. Thank you, Sale. I appreciate that. Sales out Salazar. But it's crazy. Yeah, the tears on that's a good thing to bring up. I'm bouncing all over the place where there's no rhyme or reason to tonight. But it's coming. So I'll talk about this a little bit. There's going to be a more official announcement when we do it on Crime Weekly, but we are completely revamping the Patreons for both accounts. Crime Weekly will be first. Detective Perspective will be second. And we didn't announce it yet. So you just found it because you were already on Patreon. But if you want to go over there and check it out, it's going to be completely different. We're building out a whole new thing. There's going to be shout outs and videos you can get, and monthly giveaways, and monthly lives, bonus episodes, crazy stuff. But I want to do it first with Crime Weekly, and then I'll transition to Detective Perspective, and we'll get that one going, and that's going to be mine. And I'll have like the same features. But if you're a member of Patreon already, and we'll announce this again, you do not have to upgrade. You're locked into that day oneer account. The price will not change. You won't get the newer features, but I'm not gonna charge you more when you signed up at that amount. However, I did add chat to your level. So you didn't have chat before. Now that we've added chat, I want you to be part of it. You now have chat, no extra cost to you. However, if you want like the bonus episodes and all that fun stuff, then you'll have to upgrade. And I think it's $1 per month. So everything's going to be ad free and stuff on all that. So it'll be good to go. It's definitely worth it if you're looking for more episodes. Plus, there's going to be a bunch of other cool things. So yeah, that's that. Never snow where you live. That's a good and bad thing. I mean, I like the snow, not as much as this snow. This is just kind of uncomfortable. But so it depends, Brooke. When you go over there, you can take a look at it. There's different tiers. There is an expensive tier that's like crazy stuff, but we looked around and we did our research, and that's what the Patreons are. But there's a low one. I think it's $5. $5 gets you a lot. It gets you the bonus episodes, the ad-free episodes. So if you don't like listening to the ads, you won't have any more ads. You'll also get, I can pull it up for you. I'm kind of cheating here. This isn't a sales live either, by the way. We'll mention it once and then we'll go with it from here, but because you asked. And it is live now because we wanted to get it up so we could mess with some things. So there's 3 tiers. The day oneer plus. So there's the regular day oneers, which many of you have been members of. Now it's the day oneer plus. For that new upgrade, it's an extra $1. It's all the ad-free episodes, a bonus episode, group chat, 10% discount on all the merchandise, instant access to all the archive bonus episodes, which there's none right now. There will be as we start recording them. And then they have the second tier, which is the weekly web sleuth, and then partner in crime. Weekly web sleuth is more stuff, including a monthly live episode, monthly giveaways. And then there's the partner in crime top tier thing, which is not going to be for everybody. But if you're looking for behind the scene content, if you're looking for shout outs in the episodes, if you're looking for like a cameo style video every month from Stephanie and I where you can get shout outs or ask questions privately, you'll have that. There's also some other stuff, annual gifts and crazy. We're just trying to up our game a little bit and create a stronger ecosystem for everybody who wants that, because people have been asking about it. Have you ever heard of, let's see here, have you ever heard of Robert Carl Hohenberger, Mary Lee Rodmund, still missing from his 1978 murder spree in my hometown? I have not heard of it. So I'm assuming Robert Carl Hohenberger is the killer, and Mary Lee Roderman is the person who's still missing. I have not heard of it. We're also revamping my website, and we're creating a detective perspective website. And on that website, you'll be able to submit cases. It's going to be really intuitive, really simple. You can go and just go on there, submit the cases, give the info, any particular information you want to provide to help us in the research. You can do that there. We've covered 125 cases so far, including the case you're going to hear about next week. And you know, I think Deanna's case next week is incredible, and my plan is to keep going with this. You know, as long as we can do it, my plan is to cover at least one case a week. If we get big enough, I would bring on additional researchers, and I would cover maybe 2 a week, probably the most I could do. My goal would be to do 300 cases a year, which when I say that out loud, it's absurd. But imagine if we could do 600. That's how my brain works. Derek, did you see the new Dunkin' bucket? That sounds amazing. What is that? Please tell me what the Dunkin' bucket is. Do I need to look this up? You're welcome, Brooklyn. We can do 300. I think we can do 6. Alicia, thank you. Appreciate it. Are you watching the season of Traders? I stopped watching after Tiffany went home because I've been so busy. I do plan on watching it. Barbara Ann Barnes and Father Gary Unsolved Murder. Again, all of these, when this comes up, submit them. We already have pending probably 500 cases that have been submitted already that I have just in the queue. So, you know, the more the better. Like I said, the plan is to stick around, not going anywhere. And we're going to do as many as I can. We have Crime Weekly News. We have one episode of Detective Perspective. I have a new show coming out where I'm going to be interviewing people. You guys will be helping me with that because I'll be asking you for recommendations as far as who you want to see on the show. I've been fortunate enough to build a pretty good Rolodex of people, especially in the true crime space. And I think we're going to get some really interesting people on there. In fact, if you've been following me on Detective Perspective, then you already met, you know, I'm trying not to spoil it. But if you watch the Ellen Greenberg series, then you've already seen the set. You've already seen me interview on there. I mean, I'm trying not to give too much away, but that is the plan. To build that out and do something with that, like on a weekly basis, if possible. It's summer here. Well, I hope you get a sunburn. How about that? Timothy Pitson, we covered that case as well. And to answer your question, I don't know. I hope he's still alive. Derek, can you please look into the Ariana Pertarsky case? These names tonight. Wow. She was killed in her home on Christmas Eve, and her boyfriend at the time admitted, I'm assuming admitted to doing it, and there still is no justice. Submit it. Please submit the case. I have no issue covering it. How do we submit a case? So you can do cases at Detective Perspective Pod right now, but I would say just wait. The new website's going to come up soon. They're already working on it. I've already seen like some smaller versions of it, like they're just the templates, and we're going to be doing a whole new website where it's going to have information on the cases I've covered, our notes. It's going to have merchandise. Yeah, you nailed it. It was my interview with Dr. Banerjee. That's what I was getting at. So if you've seen that set, then you know where it's going. The website's also going to have case submissions, things like that. So there's going to be a lot there. Do it then and now with Dr. Jeffrey McDonnell, late 60s murder, still in prison, still claims he's innocent. Okay. Watching your BB days, you've accomplished so much after these last few years. Keep doing you. Thank you so much. That means a lot. That means a lot. It's been a long time since Big Brother. I got the Big Brother plaque in the back there. And yeah, I'm very, I tell people all the time, very, very lucky that I've been able to continue doing what I'm truly passionate about based on me being on Big Brother. Because let's be honest, it all stems from there. So I'm very, very lucky in that sense that I've had that opportunity. How do you feel? This is a great one. Alicia, I love you. How do you feel about submitting DNA for those genealogy sites? It's funny you ask, Alicia. It's funny you ask. I am not sponsored by these people. This isn't an ad. So, well, before I get into that, I asked you guys a few weeks ago for I have a private PI firm, and we have 2 genealogists on staff, and they're incredible. Ryan and Jeremy, you met them. They recently solved the case. Marlena, am I saying your name right? Marlena? Yeah. Marlena, I will be at CrimeCon, and I will be outside in Las Vegas. If I'm gambling and I'm losing, please send help. But no, so back to the genealogy. Okay, let's pull this back up. I don't want to skip around here. I had asked you guys for a couple submissions. If you had cases that, involve DNA, trying to find a distant relative, family members, etc., to hit us up, and I would show you how good we are at what we do. And Jeremy, myself, and Ryan would pick 2 cases and help you guys out for free. I can't say anything yet because I got to make sure I have permission. But you guys reached out, and we've solved both cases. Already solved. One of the 2 people that we selected, they've already reunited with their family. We already have family photos of them in the car hanging out together. So we're good at what we do, and I don't mind being cocky about it. We are really, really good. So I say that to say this. The genealogy stuff, the more people that submit, the more likely we are to find the people we're looking for. And so Jeremy, I had talked about these genealogy tests and that I have no issue doing them. And Jeremy was nice enough to send me a kit. This is from Ancestry DNA. I've never done one of these. And I wonder how long it would take. I guess it doesn't take long to do. I might even be able to do it on live. Maybe, and I wasn't planning on doing that, but I have them here. Maybe we do it tonight. But I don't have a problem with it. And I'm going to show you I don't have a problem with it by putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to actually do one of these tests and send it in because I want to see what my results are. And I want to help if I can solve a case. Scary, thank you. Having your 4th baby, good luck with that. I'm finally doing it. Thank you. This is a great comment. I am trying to build a strong community slowly. We are up to 133,000 subscribers on YouTube. Started at nothing. We also have the whole audio audience as well. That's not, on here. And that's a pretty strong audience when you consider that a lot of people told me covering unsolved cases would not be successful. But I do agree with you. We are building a very strong community, and I can see it in the comment section. There's a lot of like-minded people when it comes to what we're trying to accomplish. And I'm very proud of the community that we've created so far. And honestly, word of mouth, you guys spreading it, letting your friends know, about what we're doing, hyping the videos now on YouTube apparently is a thing. The more people we get to, I would love to see a world where we are one of the bigger channels and we're covering unsolved cases, because it starts to set a precedent, right? Where people in the other space, in the true crime space, the bigger creators are going to say, shit, maybe we should start doing that because they like it. That's what they want to see. So even if it doesn't benefit me, it'll benefit the people who are trying to get their cases heard. That's the rationale anyways, giving away my trade secrets. Marlena says, sure. Okay. Well, you'll know if I'm losing. I was at the cruise for the Big Brother / trader stuff, and I was playing blackjack all week. I'm trying to get good at blackjack. I'm trying like hell. I opted in and uploaded to GEDCOM. Awesome. Oh my God, that's huge. Yeah. Yep. Wait to hear about these cases. We're asking for permission to cover it and share their stories. If anything, what I might do is just make, fictitious names for them so we can keep them protected, because not all of these cases work out the way you want. You end up learning things about your family that you didn't know and maybe you didn't want to know. So not everyone is going to want their business online, and I completely respect that. Did I ever go to Jellycat? Oh, yes, I did. And it was difficult, but one of my supporters, one of my fans out there gave me a little inside track. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't get like preferential treatment. I had to end up buying the FAO Schwartz VIP tour. Paid for it out of pocket, no preferential treatment. And little tidbit for you guys, when you buy the VIP tour, you can pick the experience. So even though Jellycat was sold out, that's why I put the post on social. I was able to have them do it because we did the VIP tour. Not available for everybody. It was a little pricey, but it was her birthday, so I didn't mind doing it. Love that you're in Ireland. Thank you for coming on. Have a good night. Be safe. I love you more. Never too sleepy. I love you more. You kind of remind me or resemble a Penny, but just me. That's why I'm trying to be proactive to get you guys to cover Ariana's case. I know it will help the parents. Well, we have no problem doing it. You know me. I'm always up for it. Derek. I don't know what they were saying, but yes. Those things are like $100 a pop. Are we talking about Jellycat? The Jellycats were not cheap. I think they were like 40 or 50 bucks. I think they were like 40 or 50 bucks for like fluffy pancakes. First things first, you're the realist. I try. Thank you. Hi, Chandra. Take the test. All right, you want me to take the test? You're going to spit on camera? You know what? I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Keeping it clean tonight. Keeping it PG. Yeah, it's quick. You just spit, LOL. I feel like I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Lexi, I'm not doing it. Let's see if we're cousins. Probably are. You guys all got to get your head out of the gutter. Current favorite hobby. Okay, so my current favorite hobby is 3D printing and like designing the actual things that I print. So working on like CAD designs. I'm really novice at it. It's actually packed in a box right now, which is killing me. You guys probably saw me talk about it before, but I do like 3D printing. I'm going to get back into fishing this year. Would love to buy another boat if I could and get out there and really get some hours in and do some fishing, because I love how peaceful it is and it allows me to like collect my thoughts. And then I also want to try to get into golfing a little bit. I'm at that age where everybody's doing it, so I kind of want to do it. Derek, you can't eat or drink 30 minutes before doing the test. Okay, I'm asked out. I can't do it right now then because I've been drinking water and I have been eating some chocolate, and I want to put you guys onto something. So I'm starting to try to eat healthy. I'm chubby right now. I'm saying it. I'm not fishing for compliments or you guys to say, no, you're not. I'm definitely above weight what I want to be. I will tell you that I'm going to be filming a new show. Can't say what it is. It's true crime, but it's coming up in a few months. got to get my weight down because this on camera, no bueno. So got to get the weight down. I need to drop like 15, 20 pounds. Not even joking. I feel okay, but I don't like how I'm looking. So I'm losing weight and I love chocolate. And so I've been looking for chocolate substitutes that are more like healthy, right? I am not promoting these people. I don't know them. They didn't send me anything for free, paid for it out of pocket. Conscious bars. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I think they're as good as Hershey bars because, I love a good Hershey bar and I love, a good Reese's cup. There's only 2 ingredients in these, okay? Cocoa or cacao, and dates. That's it. Or unless it's like a flavored kind. So this is smooth dark chocolate. So the only 2 things in it is dark chocolate. It literally says organic cacao beans, organic dates, organic cacao butter. That's it. Is it as good as that other stuff? No. Does it do the job? Yes. It definitely does. So if you're looking for something healthier, you're welcome. I love the DNA test. They always update with better results. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it. I'm pumped. I can't wait to do it. I was in the first 1,000 subscribers. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Even tonight, I mean, it's a Monday night. It's 10 o'clock at night. We got 500 people in here. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, Peyton doesn't think it's good, but I think it's good. If you do your test on Ancestry, 23andMe, and MyHeritage, you can extract your data and put it in GEDmatch and trick the box that says you would like to be used by law enforcement. Okay, good to know. That's good to know because I definitely am fine with mine being used by law enforcement. I love being part of the community. We love having you, Skippy. We love having you. I'm not one of the bigger channels, really, if you think about it. I mean, we're half the size of Crime Weekly. I mean, you got channels out there with millions of subscribers. We're small, relatively speaking. We do good numbers on our episodes. We're doing I'm just talking YouTube, right? We're doing like 30, 40,000, but you look at some of these videos, I mean, it's insane. It's insane. And they it is what it is. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate it. I do a lot of personal genealogy and have helped people to locate their bio parents. I want to do the Rapano IGG, the Rapano. No, it's Rapo. Can't even read it. Is it Rampano or Ramapo IGG certification, but can't afford it yet. I wonder if Jeremy and Ryan are Rapapo certified. I don't know if they're certified in that, but I know they're very good at what they do. Where can you stream Traders? Peacock. Love the community. Agreed. You will be covering the Nancy Guthrie case. So I covered it on Crime Weekly with Stephanie. We did 2 Crime Weekly newses on it. I probably won't cover it on Detective Perspective. It's still relatively new. And also, I have stepped outside and covered some more popular cases, and I'll continue to do that because it helps the channel grow, and those cases deserve to be solved as well. But a case like Nancy Guthrie, where every single true crime person is covering it, I don't think I need to there. There are other cases that deserve the attention that are not getting it. I think I'm going to focus on those. Now, if this turns into a cold case, and God willing, we're still doing this 3 to 5 years from now, and it hasn't been solved, and nobody's talking about it, then maybe I'll reinvigorate the case by talking about it. I appreciate your perspective on all the cases, both on CW and DP. Thank you so much. Hi from West Greenwich, Rhode Island, right down the road. Genealogy. Luckily, after submitting my DNA through a lot, I was able to find my bio father, and I have 2 sisters and a beautiful niece, nephew, bonus, family. Great stuff. Yeah, it's cool stories, man. I'm telling you, I hope I can share at least one of the 2 stories that we just did. It was literally just people in the comment section, just people who watch us on Crime Weekly. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to show you how good we are. And within weeks, solved it. Beth, thank you. Have 74 cases with DNA that's never been tested. Beth, what are you with? What are you with an association, a lab, a nonprofit? Please let me know. Everyone that gets their DNA data back, make sure you upload it to GEDmatch. Well said, Ed. Well said. Love GEDmatch. Please upload it to GEDmatch. Well said. I was just watching Inside the Jeffrey Malaha. By the way, I can't really see the words. The screen is small where I'm looking at it, and it's like, I wish I could blow this up and make it the full thing. Serial killer case, and they mention your name. You worked for Woonsocket, right? What? They mentioned my name? I worked with Woonsocket on multiple cases as an undercover detective, but that case doesn't sound familiar. Wouldn't be surprised, though. Maybe I worked on it in an undercover capacity. I do not know how much you know about the Lord Arts, but this is the closest community I have ever found to John's. I know John Lorden. I said Lorden Arts. Okay. Yeah, I definitely know John. Absolutely love this group of awesome souls. I agree with you. John's great. And that's what we're trying to do. More of us, the better. I submitted my DNA and found out my cousin. There's so many of these stories. Yeah. Detective Perspective on tour. Please come to Detroit. We're talking about it. We're talking about doing a Crime Weekly tour, and obviously it would be more than just one thing. And maybe we'll do a Detective Perspective Stephanie Harlow Crime Weekly tour, where it'll be 3 different kind of segments for the show that night, where we'll do a mini Detective Perspective, a mini Stephanie Harlow, and then a mini Crime Weekly together. You know, you get, or a big Crime Weekly, 2 minis and a big. It's possible. Do super chats get answered? I feel like I'm answering the super chats, right? Where's my snacks? Right here. I feel like I'm kind of behind on the chat too, and I'm trying to keep up with it. So I apologize. I'm probably behind you. These are like, I'm at 9:54 with the chats. So yeah, my bad. I'm trying to catch up. It's not, 3D printing is addicting. Yep, I'm scrolling through them fast now. Derek, how's the snow? We're over 30 inches. I found a brother. That's awesome. Here we go. Here's a big one. My mom passed in 2003. Since then, via ancestry, there's something off. My beloved grandpa isn't related. Can't find my half bro, bio dad. I don't know exactly what you're saying there, but are you saying that you're using ancestry and you and something's off with your family, or something's off with ancestry? I guess that would be the question. What are some of your favorite foods? Right now it's salmon, chicken, sweet potato, a little bit of rice, avocado, eggs. Like I said, I'm trying to lose the weight. I hate it. Well, Stephanie and I be at CrimeCon this year. Sorry if you've addressed this already. We will 100% be there. If you haven't got your tickets already, get them because they're selling out fast. Make sure to use our code Crime Weekly. We're keeping track of everybody who's using our code to try to get an idea of how many people are coming for us, to make sure we have enough merchandise, especially the exclusive Crime Weekly t-shirt. So Crime Weekly, use the code, get 10% off. You just have a father figure. I have a father figure. I hope you're saying I'm like a father figure. I like that. Dream vacation, probably going back to Australia. I loved Australia. I get distracted by your pretty eyes. I swear I'm not flirting. I see you said, I must have said something and I missed you, but thank you for the compliment. Goes well with my fat face right now. Will you add playlists to your channel? I like to listen to your videos before I go to sleep, and it would be easier if they were all in a playlist. I didn't know we have playlists on Crime Weekly, but I get what you're saying. Let me put it on my computer. Thank you for the suggestion. I'm going to write it right now. Give me a minute, guys. I'm just typing in some of my notes. Create playlist for DP. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the rec. Appreciate that. I lost 101 in the past year. Good for you highlighting that comment. That's awesome. 100 pounds. Jesus. Everyone in the chat, what color is Derek's shirt? I'm colorblind and doubting myself. It's like a gray, although the colors might be off. It looks blue because the lights from the screen. That's why I'm wearing the glasses. But it's like a gray. It's my old college t-shirt. I've lost over 100. Another one. Wow. Holy shit. Good for you guys. Derek, respectfully, your chubby face is cute. It's not even that noticeable. It is if you go back and look. It is. It's noticeable. It's noticeable. You're good looking as hell, my dude. Sorry, but it's true. Nah, I feel the same way. After 3 kids, I don't look like I used to. Facts. I don't. It does look blue. I agree. I'm looking at it right now. But if you look, this t-shirt is white. So this hat is white. What colors do they look like? It's the light from the screen. Promise you. So that's your reference for the blue. What's your message, Courtney? I missed it. I'm catching up. I'm a little behind. I'm still like 9 minutes behind on these comments. We all love you. Love you too. Jennifer, I'm here. Thanks for coming. We love you. Thanks. Finished work early and I'm there. Love it. Why did you leave law enforcement? I've answered this a ton of times. I'll answer it here again. I'll give it the short version. I got hired in 2004, started as a patrolman, promoted to detective, worked undercover, then got promoted. I was in narcotics. Then I was in regular detectives like robbery, homicide, stuff like that. Then I got promoted to sergeant. And then in 2014, after 10 years of service, I went on this little show called Big Brother. Go on the show. The rest is history. I won the show. I come back home. I go right back to being a police officer. But during that time, I also got an opportunity to film Breaking Homicide. And I was basically using my comp time, so my vacation time, to basically just go on vacation but film the show. Carly, is it Carl or Carly? Looks like Carl, even though you look like a woman, but we'll go with that. So I was using my vacation time to film the show, and essentially it became too much. And so I did 3 more years while basically going on vacation, using my vacation time to film and working full-time as a police officer. And I did that until 2017. So 3 years after I won Big Brother. And essentially my chief came to me and said, hey, we're going to stop the comp time. We're not going to let you do both. But I was really enjoying working cases on a national level, traveling the country. And I didn't want to stop doing that. And so he basically gave me an ultimatum and said, you can either stay here or you can go do that. And so I started my own PI firm in 2017, continued doing the show, started the podcast, and have done other shows. So I left in 2017 after 13 years. After 10, you officially can retire. So I took a retirement. I took my pension out, and the rest is history. Sometimes y'all see these rumors. It's like, oh, he got fired. None of it's true. Look it up. None of it's true. I got the medals behind me. There's my retirement plaque. Have you guys ever seen that? You want to see that bad boy? People think that I got fired or that I quit and I didn't get retirement. You guys want to see that? Let me know if you want to see that in the comments. I'll pull that bad boy out. I hate when I see that. I'm like, oh, he definitely got fired because he did something wrong. No. The internet, man. Are you taking subs on Detective Perspective? Subs, submissions, or subscribers? Definitely taking subscribers. Ramapo, as in college. Me and Stephanie I slid into her DMs. Other YouTube channels might be bigger, but they all cover the same cases you cover. Yeah, and I can't even hate on that because we cover a lot of the same cases on Crime Weekly. The bigger ones, that's what they cover, you know? Meet us in person. Come out to CrimeCon. Come out to CrimeCon. We're there. Are you still doing PI work? Yes, I am. We don't do a lot of like we don't do any infidelity cases or anything like that. We do a lot of air searches, missing persons, wrongful death lawsuits, a lot of litigation, a lot of stuff involving lawyers. We're not the typical PI firm. A lot of genealogy stuff. We're working a lot with criminal coffee now. Is there still a need for a rape kit testing in Rhode Island? I'm considering researching to open a lab myself. There's always a need for more labs to do rape test kits everywhere throughout the country. So definitely look into it. I'm interested in how Crime Weekly. I'm trying to catch up, guys. Lindsay Green. For some reason, your name, just so you know, is actually green on here. So I don't know what you did, but you got something. You even have like an icon next to your name. Can anybody tell me what that is specifically? Maybe Lindsay. Lindsay, you have like you come up where I see your stuff and it's in green, and then you also have like this little icon if everybody can see it on the screen. Not to call you out, Lindsay, but apparently you're important. Maybe I like made you a mod or something and I didn't even know it. And also Beth has it too. Beth, you have it as well. I'm with the sheriff's office. We are looking to submit to Othram or DLI labs. Yeah, great labs. Yo, Lindsay, the names are definitely beating I can't really see them either. And thank you for the autograph book. No problem at all, Beth. No problem. These names are beating the hell out of you. Okay, that was from 10 minutes ago. I'm catching up. Another one here with the green. Hello from Portland, Oregon. I saw your post right away, and I'm so bummed I'm here 30 minutes late. Nah, you're good. We got time. We're going to hang out for another 30 minutes or something like that. Oh, my God. That would be so cool. It came to Detroit. If you came to Detroit. Yeah, we want to do a big tour. How did I meet Stephanie? Slid into her DMs. So excited for CrimeCon, as are we. Am I stuck at home? Absolutely. Can't wait to see you again. Going to CrimeCon this year, first time. The question is, did you use the Crime Weekly sign up? That's the real question. LMFO, FAO, father figure is a new term for dad bod. Yikes. Thanks, Brooklyn. Appreciate you. Just kick me when I'm down. I wish I was going to CrimeCon, champagne test, beer budget. Champagne taste, beer budget. See how these words are so small? You can do it. It's not as bad as you're thinking. Vegas is super cheap. They usually basically give the rooms away for free because they want you there. Can we talk about many personalities your hair has? It does. It does. My hair is all over the place. All over the place. That's why I like wearing hats. What's your favorite look? I guess that's the question. Derek is adorably blind. That's not true. I actually have 20/10 vision. These are blue lights. I'm only wearing them because the screen is killing me. If you guys could see what I see, I'm seeing what you're seeing in a very small like monitor. So you can kind of see the reflection in my glasses. So see how it's like the big screen, but then the little monitor of like what you guys are seeing is much smaller. And then the words are even smaller. So I'm having to get closest to read them. Your comments are much bigger. But I'll go toe to toe with you on eye test for sure. Love this comment. This is great. I'm 32. I wish I could retire now. Facts. All right, you want to see the plaque? I got you. I'm going to show you guys the plaque. Christy, thank you for advocating for so many and for being a voice for the voiceless. Your passion shines through and is contagious. Wow. Well said. Thank you, Christy. Appreciate it. See, I read that comment just fine. Wait, I missed one. What did you say here? What month is CrimeCon? Did you ever message any true crime creators. Why, Steph? So I had the opportunity I wanted to do the show with someone, and I was looking for someone who didn't already have a podcast, and I really liked Stephanie's research. I liked how thorough she was, and I was looking for someone who wasn't a detective, but had a detective kind of like mindset, and she fit the bill. So I hit her up, and the rest is history. I think it's because I'm a member. You're probably right. You're a member. Shout out to you. It's good to know. That's good to know. That's what it is. I want to make sure I get to you guys. Updates on criminal coffee cases anytime soon? I'm hoping so. We're trying to fund 2 more right now. It is a struggle. I've told you guys about it before. We have the resources. We have the money to do it. We just need the cases, and we need it to be under the requirements we need so that we can hold the people accountable for the money that we're giving them and make sure that they're actually using it for them. They don't like to do that. Oh, because everyone's saying here because they're a member. I'm 55 and you mentioned your show to my daughter, or I mentioned your show to my daughter. She was like, I watch him too, LOL. You have a wide range of fans. I love to hear that. That's amazing. More the better. Frequent commenter on your videos. Thanks for always being so responsive to your fans. Love that. Thank you. Do you think Elizabeth Smart will do an interview at the end of the series? I do. Talk to Elizabeth. She's basically saying she's willing to do it. I'm not holding her to that, but it sounds like she's in. So after we complete the investigation, we will have her on. I'm looking forward to allowing you guys to hear from her and to get some of your questions answered. We're going to have you guys in the comments on the next episode giving us some of your questions for her. Do you autograph your books for people that mail them to you? Yes, I do. Send the book to me. Make sure you have a prepaid envelope to go back to you with all your address stuff figured out, and also a letter to tell me how you want me to sign the book and who you want me to make it out to. And then I will get it back to you. I just did one like a day or two ago. Derek, on the Traders, do you sleep in the castle or do you sleep in a hotel during the show? All I would say is do your research. I'm not allowed to say anymore. But because apparently they don't want anybody saying the inner workings behind the show, and I respect it, so I'm going to plead the fifth. You don't want to take away the mystery. The Kurt Cobain case is an interesting case that I may cover, actually. Now that they're saying it's possible that it was not a suicide, that is something that I remember as a kid and something I would definitely like to dig into for sure. We're going to miss you at CrimeCon this year because we have a kid graduating that weekend. That's a good reason. Congratulations. When can we see Michelle Norris on Detective Perspective? I covered it on Breaking Homicide. It's going to happen eventually. Unfortunately, Julie, Michelle's mother, just passed away a few weeks ago. And, I want to get justice for her. And whatever way we have to do that, I'm going to do it because I know she's still looking down on it. So the fight doesn't stop. The person's still out there. I'm hoping they're still alive because I want to look them in the face and let them know that we got them. So I don't know which way we're going to go with that, but it's going to be something for sure. I'll come after. I'll smoke you. Derek, sassy as hell tonight. Hello from Texas. Oh, you haven't seen Sassy. There's nothing. All right, hold on. This member for 2 months. Look at that. Look at you. And you got a little fancy thing there that says member for 2 months. You got it. You learned something new. I'm going to try to do these lives more, so I'm going to get good at it. I'm 70, and I do not miss any of your shows. I love that. What was my favorite part of being on the Traders? Being in Scotland, probably visiting a place that I would otherwise never get to visit. A beautiful location, being at that castle. You only get to live once. It's a short ride. And to build up the memories that I've built up because of going on Big Brother, I'm just so blessed and so fortunate because they paid me to basically go to a beautiful place that I would never go to otherwise. And that's pretty damn cool. True Crime Junkie, when are you going to get some Detective Perspective merch? Mm-hmm. Did you want to say hi? I guess not. I was Tenley. When are you going to get some Detective Perspective merch? It's coming. Hold on tight. It's coming pretty soon, actually. We got a new member. Shout out. Rhonda's a new member. She's now green. Do you and Stephanie have a P.O. box where you can send things? If so, where I can find it? I don't know off the top of my head. I want to say it's 1800 Mendon Road. It's on my website. It's on officialderek.com. Sorry about your Pats, but the Seahawks wanted 5 field goals more. That's okay. Team USA Hockey just won, so we're good. Women and men's. Gotta love that. We're on to greater things. We're ready for the Red Sox. It will be great to have Elizabeth on the show. Thank you, Cash. Dude, every time I get to a couple more comments, like I'm at 1019. Oh, I'm actually catching up. I would love to see you do Kurt Cobain. I would love to do it as well. Okay. All right. Everyone has that number one unsolved case they hopefully eventually get to solve. For me, it's the Amy Bradley case or the Springfield 3. What is your case? It's Michelle Norris, which is not a popular case, but yeah, that's number one for me. Yeah, I would definitely cover it. We already covered Asha degree on Detective Perspective. Probably not, because we did such an in-depth coverage of it on Crime Weekly. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. What case has stuck with you most since you started this? God, there's so many. For Madison McGee, ice cold case, I'd like to solve her father's murder. I'd like to do that for her because she's a friend. There's so many. I can't choose one. Can you ask about my personal life? It depends on what you want to ask. Some questions I'll answer, some I won't. And you'll have to find out. I'm pretty open with stuff. But got to have something to myself. Another new member, Jennifer M. Hardy. Welcome to the show. Are you going to watch House of Villains? I'll probably tune in for a few episodes. I got to hang out with Paul on the cruise. Awesome dude. He was actually my blackjack buddy. So I got to support him, Did you get a patch and the challenge coin we sent you? Do you collect them? Beth, are you from Florida? If you are from Florida, I got it, and I think I already brought it to the office. If it was from you and your wife with your business cards and your coins, then I got it. But I don't remember a patch being in there. Yeah, Stephanie has a different P.O. box, so if you want to send it to her, that's a different one. That's her personal one for her channel. Over 500 now. We're back under 500, but we're still rolling. We've held strong the whole time. Any thoughts on the new evidence from the Idaho 4? I haven't heard about it yet. Girls are amazing. Thank you for asking. One was just in here. You missed her. I look good with glasses on. Shout out to the Big Brother days. Another new member, Heather. Another new member, Sabrina. Everyone's signing up now. I love that. Hey, Derek, big fan since you were on Big B16. Let me post this one. I have a great case I'd like you to cover. Best one to see details. Wait until we have the new website up. It's going to be relatively soon. I would say within the next month or so, and do it under case submissions. That's the best way to do it because we're going to organize it through the Excel sheets. Already went sledding tonight out in my front yard. Go check my IG. We were out there going down the hill. It was fun. It's too much snow to even move right now, to be honest. All right, I'm caught up. Do you well, I'm not caught up. It's going to keep moving, but hold on. Okay, let's get this bad boy. All right, here we go. A little show and tell for the people. Okay, well, let's explain this. These are the little lapel, like I don't even know what you'd call them, pins that go on your Class A uniform. Here's the top rank that I received, sergeant. Here's my patch, but what's cool about it, my patch is actually metal. Okay, that's my sergeant pins. That's the number I retired at. And yes, we were like in numbered order. So I started off as 39 in my department. I got all the way up to 11. Pretty proud of that. Here are my awards. So this is the Medal of Valor. I don't know what this is. I think a mayor award. These are unit citations, letters of recommendation, commendations, and this is my longevity bar. And as you can see, when you get these awards, if you get more than one, they just put numbers on the pins. So yeah, I got a lot of those. Did pretty good. And then here you go. Sergeant Derek Lavasser. You can see my years of service, just like I've told everybody online. Here it is, November of 2024 to October of 2017, thanking me for my service, for his years of service. Does that look like someone who got fired? You tell me. What do you think? Did they give that to the people who got fired? I don't know. Or maybe I made that myself. I'm not retired. I mean, I'm retired from the police department. And people have a problem when I say that too. And I'm not saying you do, but like by definition, I retired from the police department. I didn't quit. I got a pension. So what would you classify someone who did? So with my police agency, after 10 years, you can retire. You can retire and pull your pension out. So did I quit or did I retire? And I'm asking that not sarcastically. How would you describe that if I got a pension? But am I retired? Absolutely not. Zero shot. You know what I mean? I work more now than I did ever. Yes, totally 3D printed. Marlena, you're about to get blocked. I'm kidding, by the way. Yeah, I would consider it retirement. If there's a different word that I should be using, I have no issue using that. But in the classical sense, am I retired? Like no, I'm not. I'm not retired. I'm not comparing myself to the men and women who do 20 plus years and then retire after that. I'm not comparing myself to that. I did 13, they did 20. No comparison, but by definition, I retired. I don't like using the word quit. I've never quit anything in my life, so maybe that's why I don't like using the word, but I don't think I quit. I retired from the police department after 10 plus years of service, which was laid out in my contract. If 10 years means retirement, let's see. If 10 years means retirement and you did 10 years, that's retirement. Some people retire. Thank you. Some people retire after 10 years from the military. Exactly. And any other agency out there, people know, people know in the industry, like a lot of the contracts are like that, where you can leave after 5, 10, 15 years and you get a partial pension, not your full pension. So I didn't get a full pension, which I could still collect for the rest of my life. So just like the military, retire after 20, most 37 a pension, but you start working a new career. Yeah, exactly. But again, let me be clear. I'm not comparing myself to those who have served 20 plus years. I had 7 more to go, but I had to make a choice, and I will tell you, I do not regret it, not one day. Hit the like button. Is there likes on this? I can't see likes, but we have 500 people in the room. How do we not have 500 likes? Come on, we got to get there. You say it correctly. I think people just associate being retired after working many, many years. I agree. I also think what hurts me is people judge me by my appearance. And I'm not saying I look like a kid, but I look younger. So people don't look at me and assume that I'd be retired. So when I say that, I think it like automatically raises a red flag for people where they're like, oh, retired? Really? What's actually going on here? And there's nothing nefarious. Yeah, I like this. I like the way Heather worded this. You retired from law enforcement, but you're still serving. And I still work with a lot of law enforcement agencies. So we're doing our thing. I love you for saying this. But add 10 plus. Add 10 years. 42 years old. Add 10 more years. I have zero skincare routine. Zero. Zero skincare routine. I wish I had more. Sometimes I'll put like, I guess, like lotion on or whatever. We are sponsored by One Skin. I've tried that a couple times. Stephanie uses it religiously. Um, I'm 34 and I definitely think you could pass for age. You for sure look young. I feel that because I'm 42 and look like I'm my 17-year-old's sister. Shout out to you. Just good genetics, Derek. Well, I mean, I got good skin genetics. I got my own issues just like everybody else. I gain weight easy. Would you and Stephanie ever cover a list attorney if requested by that's not my story to tell. Obviously, they have their own podcast, so I wouldn't do it unless they asked us to. If Sarah Attorney said to me, "Yeah, we want you to cover it," then I would. But I feel like she is big on the families telling their loved one's story, and I respect it. I absolutely respect it, and that's why we've never covered it. 21 Jump Street featuring Derek Levasseur. What happened to the new show? Let's put this up. What happened to the new show with Nancy Grace? One season and done? Yeah, unfortunately, it looks that way. What I was told was the travel for Nancy was tough. She lives in Atlanta. We were filming in New York, and she was hoping the show would be moved to Atlanta. That's where she films her show right now. And obviously that wasn't going to happen. And she was the star of the show. I mean, it's Nancy Grace. So one and done, although they have talked about bringing it back in some other capacity, but your guess is as good as mine. I always assume when I do these shows, they're one and done until they tell me otherwise. That's kind of how I approach them. And in the entertainment industry, that's the right approach. That's what I've learned over the years. If I can give you any recommendations, don't assume. Tamara, welcome. We got 30 plus. There are two people looking into it. You and Kelly Sigler. I would like to do a case with her too. That'd be cool. I admire her work. I like her tenacity. I like Breaking Homicide. I think we did some really good work there. Obviously, Crime Weekly and Detective Perspective, I consider those YouTube podcasts, but television shows. What am I most proud of out of all of my accomplishments? This is going to be corny, but I don't care because it's the truth. I don't look at like business accomplishments like that because at the end of the day, when you die, most people are not going to be reciting those accomplishments. I feel like my relationship with my daughters is we're best friends. We're best friends. And so having that relationship with them where they're so comfortable with me, we're homies. To me, that's something that I want to be remembered for. And you can't fake that shit. It takes work every single day and it's a full-time thing and it's something that is a top priority for me. So being present for my kids and being what I would want as a father. My real father was not around. That to me is my biggest accomplishment because I know long term that is what I'll be remembered for, not anything that I did on anything on TV or podcasting. Who even knows if podcasting will be around in 20 years? A safety video for kids would be a good suggestion. Yeah, that's something we could do for sure. Something we could do. And I'm learning just like you guys, but I think there's some things I can definitely provide for sure. My skin is good because of Central Falls tap water. I get the same question about my skin. Willie, I don't know who you are, but you definitely know a little bit about me because that is where I'm from. That's where I was a cop. And that is a comment that someone from CF would make. The water was not great in CF. You know it. you know it. I'm surprised we ain't glowing after drinking that shit. I mean, I shouldn't say that. It's not terrible. It's Pawtucket water supply, but yeah. Shout out to CF. Can you cover the Devin Schmidt case on Crime Weekly? How mad do you want me to get? Because you guys know how that case went. If you know I figured out what happened. I figured out who did it. We got them arrested. And a shithead judge let them go on time served. Scumbag judge out of Seattle. Never fucking, don't even get me started. I'm in a good mood right now. Let's not do it. But I remember being on that Zoom, having to listen to her family screech and scream after hearing that the person responsible for what happened was getting out. Fucking bullshit. Go watch Breaking Homicide, Devin Schmidt, and the person that I identify in that episode, who, by the way, see, now you got me going. By the way, all the years before I got there said that he was never at that house. And then when I was able to put him at that house through evidence, then he admitted to being there, but nothing happened. And then when I was able to prove through DNA that he did have sex with her, he finally admitted, but said she wanted it. Well, if that was the case, why didn't you say that all along before I got involved? And then we go to court after he's arrested because he sexually assaulted her, in my opinion, and then she died of those injuries. A judge said, well, we can't prove that what he did to her, the hair being pulled out, her face being smashed, all of this stuff. We can't prove that she died from that. So, yeah, we're going to let him go. Ridiculous. Some of these judges need to be in prison. Clip it. I don't care. I absolutely appreciate reading your lips are easy. You don't over exaggerate your lips. Okay, that's the first time I've ever heard that. I'm assuming you might be I'm reading your name now. I'm sorry. So obviously you can't hear, but you can read my lips. That's awesome. Good to know. The 6'3" Sparkle City. Definitely someone else from the city. Got a couple CF people in here. Foul ass judge. I agree. Moron. Seattle, Washington. I went out there. I did the legwork, found the person, called him out, you name it, got him arrested, working with Seattle PD, put it on a platter for him. And this judge, I can't prove that Devin wasn't promiscuous. What? I'll tell you guys something. We're all adults here, right? So this guy said he wasn't there that night. We proved that wrong. Said he didn't have sex with her. We proved that wrong. And then we were able, we're all adults here. We were able to prove that Devin was anally raped. Okay. Talked to all of her previous partners, including her current boyfriend. That was not something she was into. But you want me to believe that this woman you had just met that night, who wasn't even there for you, didn't really show interest in you, other than some stuff happening at the lake while she was drunk and she was high. I'm going to be honest. You want me to believe that you were the first that she allowed to do that voluntarily. But in the process of doing it, she was smashed off the ground, her hair was pulled out, and then she was left in the middle of the floor. You want me to believe that it was consensual. And the judge did, or couldn't say definitively that it wasn't. It's unbelievable. Now you got me aggravated. This is why, these cases, man, they stay with you. And now I'm like, yeah, well, this person basically said they didn't want a jury trial. They wanted just to be a judge trial because they knew if it was a jury trial, they were done. They were fucking done. And they went with the judge trial because they knew they had just convinced one person and that judge based on their background and their reputation. It would be easier to go with the law because human beings, juries, are going to go off what they see and what they hear and how they feel. And they're going to use common sense. They're not going to be so technical about the law. Oh, well, that. No, that was a smart move. Got to give them that. Oh, he will probably hurt someone else. Oh, maybe he already has. He's got multiple ex-wives and scumbag, absolute scumbag. There's a pattern of behavior. Trust me. Definitely a pattern of behavior for sure. Sebastian Rogers case. That's a good one I'd like to solve. I don't know. We covered that on America's Most Wanted, and I want to still believe he's out there. There's just some things about it that doesn't make a lot of sense, and it sucks when you can't compute those answers and use reasonable deduction to get to a conclusion. But there's just some pieces missing. Gotta get my fumets at the office, or I'd be fidgeting with that thing right now. We haven't covered Kara Robinson, but I had Kara Robinson on America's Most Wanted. She's amazing. Did you meet John Ramsey? No, I did not. I'm telling you, it's not as good as the other stuff, but it's pretty damn good. It's better than I thought it would be. That's all I'll say. And it's, again, chocolate and dates. That's it. It's chocolate and dates. It's not terrible. I can do a little bit. I'm not eating the whole bar. Don't judge me. One whole bar. Tell me how many calories you think one whole bar is of this stuff. Conscious bar. Okay, so tell me what you tell me what you think about calories. 130, 120, the full bar, 120. Okay, it's not that good, okay? You guys are making me feel bad. There's only 7 grams of sugar in the whole bar. Okay? And it's 230 calories. That's not bad. And I can't eat a whole bar. It's too rich, and it's a little bitter because cacao is naturally bitter. It's the dates that sweeten it. So I'll eat 2 of these pieces, maybe 4, and I'm good. No, you got to order them. Yeah, there's no carbs in chocolate, is there? The fat's high. The fat's 18 grams. Yeah, there's no carbs. Calories and sugars. I'm kind of watching out for the sugars. Where would the carbs be on it? I'm not seeing that. Oh, total carbohydrates. I'm an idiot. 21 grams. 21 grams. That's not terrible, is it? Again, I'm only eating like 2 or 3 pieces. That's 21 grams for the whole bar. So the whole bar is 21 grams. The serving size is 1 whole bar. So, you eat, I'm not going to do the math right now, but Joe, is it high though? Is that high at a couple pieces? I don't think that's, whatever. I hate all of you. I'm not cutting out all my chocolate, okay? I'm not doing it. It's not happening. I got to let me live. I'm going to go down and do a salmon power bowl. I have a salmon and a little bit of rice and sweet potato and like a little bit of dressing. So go easy on me. Who in here? Put a number 1 if you're. I love the IQ bars. Crush the IQ bars. Some of you guys think I do it just for the ads. Fucking love IQ bar. Eat them all the time. How many of you are coming to CrimeCon? Put a 1 in the chat if you're coming. Oh, I'm sorry. Deafening chaos. I got you. I apologize. I will not cover my mouth. You just complimented me on talking, so I won't cover my mouth. I apologize. Well, those of you who are coming, you watch. I think I'm at 205 right now. By CrimeCon, I'd like to be down to 190. So we'll see. You can let me know. You can hold me accountable. I want you to. That's fine by me. Yeah, we have not covered it, but we talked. I met Kara. She talked about her case. We did America's Most Wanted. Derek, you are over 6 feet. You don't need to lose weight, my bro. I appreciate you, but if you really think about it, I do. I think the weight for my size is like 185, 190. I do lift, but I need to lift more. I'm only lifting like 3 days a week right now. And your name says nice girl, which means you're not nice, more than likely. Nobody puts their name as nice girl. CrimeCon is in May. I got that. I'm covered. We're good. CrimeCon in May. We're good. I'll be there. I'll do a public weigh-in at CrimeCon. Let's fucking do it. Is there any way you guys have a small sign I can place next to our coffee machine at the salon, giving a little detail about what your coffee company is all about, or a QR code to donate? So the QR code is right on the bag. It tells you everything about what we're doing and where you can go if you want. There's no code to donate because we're not a 501c, but if you want to, if you're interested in the coffee in our cause, you can literally spin the bag around and there's a QR code on every bag. CrimeCon is in Vegas. Oh yeah, Kara would definitely talk with us. Kara's great. I'm also in a calorie deficit too. Somebody else just brought that up. I'm in a calorie deficit. I'm doing like under 2,000 calories a day. And I'm trying to get at least 7,000 to 10,000 steps. Like right now, let's see where I'm at. 6,400. 6,400 right there. So I can have some fucking chocolate, okay? I agree. Chocolate is. Let me post that comment. Chocolate is great for you. Yeah, well, I was out there shoveling. That's how I got the 6,400. And then Peyton let her snow tube go down the hill of our house, and I had to walk down there. I think I was saying it earlier, and it smoked me. So I think that's what boosted my numbers. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I got 7,000. I'm gonna get 7,000 before the end of the day, and you know, this is on a snow day, so trying to do the gym 3-4 times a week. I personally want to put a small gym here because I'm a hermit, but I gotta wait. I just don't have the funds for it right now. I gotta wait to do it, but I'd like to put a gym in. But I do have a gym at my studio as well. But I'm already at the studio so much. I'm like, gotta get out of the studio a little bit too. My heart rate was up. I can promise you, I could feel it. I have so many funny stories about being a police officer, just like random stuff that would happen. I can't tell you how many times I'd be in like a foot pursuit in the middle of the winter and bust my ass chasing someone. So many times, so many times. But we had a lot of great stories. As you know, you try to find levity in it because it's such a serious job, and you know that is I guess something I do miss is like the stories and the camaraderie and the bonding. But it's a lot of trauma too. It's a lot of trauma too. So getting out of there is not a bad thing. I'm definitely more friendly now than I was as a police officer. I was always respectful to everybody I dealt with, but you become cold because all you deal with is just heartache, bad stuff. Nobody calls you as a cop if they're in a good place or having a good time. Doesn't happen. It must be hard to not act like a cop after you stop. I think initially maybe, but you become revert back to who you are, you know? the case for the week. Let's that's actually a good thing to kind of like wrap this live up. So Deanna Merrifield out of Texas, 13-year-old girl. Originally, she goes missing. She leaves her house late at night, was hanging around with the wrong people, and she gets reported missing. And the police basically assume she's a runaway and that she's just going to come home. And so they basically do nothing. Oh, she'll be back. Don't worry about it. And obviously, she doesn't come back. And so multiple times they're trying to get this case investigated. They're not doing anything with it. And it's actually her sister, Melissa, who gets involved and starts to let them know, like, you got to do something. There's more going on here. And when they start to research it and actually do their job, this is a long time later. Like, I think it was like 7 years later. They realized that she left that night and she actually went to her sister's house. And when she showed up, she was with two teenage dudes in a car. And then she left that house with those two teenage boys and was never heard from again. It doesn't sound like a runaway. It sounds like somebody who was out with someone and something bad happened. Was it intentional? Was it accidental? We don't know. But we're 3 decades later. This happened in 1990, and she hasn't been found. But I'm cautiously optimistic about this case because we have 2 people that were seen by her sister who have identified a potential vehicle, and we just need the right person to come forward with that information. And it's going to take some work, but when you listen to the episode or watch the episode, there is a description of this girl, of this car, I should say. And someone should be able to remember this car and remember, a guy or his brother, because apparently it was a guy named Tony, I believe, with his brother. But nobody's come forward and said anything. So I would like to see that car identified. I would like to see the people who would be driving that car at the time identified. And if they do that, if we're able to accomplish just that, I think we figure out the case. I think we solve it. But a lot of people aren't talking about it. Melissa, her sister, Deanna's sister, worked with us on the case, and we're trying to just keep it alive. So there have been some other reports that Deanna was seen, and now she has like neck tattoos and stuff, but Melissa was able to discredit those eyewitness testimonies. They basically were someone just trying to ingratiate themselves in the case. So that'll be out on Monday. That'll be the case Monday. I already filmed it, but it's got to be edited and it's got to be reviewed. I want to make sure everything's right. And then that'll come out on Monday. That's why I'm doing the live tonight. So you'll have that episode Monday and then the video on Tuesday. The likes went up. What are we at on likes right now? I can't see the likes. Her name is Deanna Merrifield out of Texas. Oh, that's cool. You can do a teleprompter on here. What is this? You can add people. I'm just looking at the different features this thing has. It's pretty cool. 459. Okay. 460. I like it. I like it. Close to 500 for the night. We'll take it. I know. 500 people watching. That's incredible because we started with 300 when Peyton called me out, and we're up to 500, and we've kind of been consistent the whole time with it. So that's pretty cool. So thank you to everybody who came tonight, checked it out. I know a lot of people have to get up in the morning, especially if you're on the East Coast. But if you're on the East Coast and you're in the Northeast, you probably ain't going anywhere, especially if you're in my boat. School's already canceled. Why not use MVAC more? Yeah, I mean, MVAC's expensive, but it's something that should be utilized more. But to buy your own MVAC system, it's expensive. I think it's like $40,000 or $50,000. I have insomnia as well. There's like remote learning for sure, but as a parent, kind of want them to go to school. You need to go. You're welcome, everyone, for pointing out his lips. So now you can read my lips. I've been starting to take magnesium glycinate. Am I saying that right? Magnesium glycinate is supposedly really good for sleeping. I got to use it a little bit more before I give you my feedback, but I feel like it is working. I should make a whole show using the robot voice. Let's not do that. Let's not do that ever again, because that was very disheartening. That was a bad one. So melatonin, I was taking that for years, and I've been told that's not good. It should just be to readjust. It's like for jet lag, but melatonin apparently is not a long-term solution, from what I've been hearing from not only people online but my doctor as well. He said magnesium is a more long-term solution, and it actually has some other health benefits as well. Yeah. No, that voice is insane. I actually disabled it. Yeah, you're supposed to take. So here's someone. I don't know if this person's a doctor, but you're only supposed to take melatonin short term. I did the same thing. Yep. Melatonin is something you get immune to and need to up the dose, in my personal experience. Yeah. Yeah. Try the magnesium. Try the magnesium. See if it'll help you. Because I'm the same boat. I was a 10 milligram melatonin guy, but again, it's not a long term solution. You can become immune to it where it doesn't have the same effect, and I just think it has there's some stuff with it where it's not good to take it long term. But magnesium is apparently very good for you, and they have the magnesium glycinate. They have the powders. They have the gummies. I do the pills. Um, and some people, like someone sits here, they didn't find it helpful. Some of that comes down to finding the right dosage. I was taking one pill, I think 120 milligrams for a while. It didn't do anything, so I just upped it to 240 milligrams. And I can tell you this, it's definitely making me more tired. It's almost similar to the symptoms I'd have with 10 milligrams of melatonin, and if that's the only benefit I get from it, I'm good with that. But apparently magnesium has a lot of good benefits to it. Getting in your body, a lot of us are short on magnesium. Magnesium tea, I haven't tried that, but I'm sure that works. I've been doing a lot more tea. Yeah, a lot of people right here, this is something I heard too, good for headaches. You can take 200 to 400 milligrams. I'm not a doctor, obviously, but that's like the recommended dosage. You have to find what's right for you. TMI, if you take too much of it, it can cause some uh, gastro issues. I'll spare you the details. So you do it slowly. You do it slowly. Yeah, too much of anything is not a good thing. I agree. I completely agree. Try magnesium, Christian. I'm telling you. It's pretty good stuff. Yeah, the Lane Bryant case, we covered it. We got a lot of views on it, over 100,000, maybe 200,000 views. And yeah, I'm surprised that hasn't been solved, because you would think with the descriptions that we would know by now, and yet here we are. It's so many of these cases. It's just a little bit of luck on behalf of the suspect, where they get away with it, not because they're smart, but because they got lucky. They got lucky. Trying to look at else we got here. We got banners, example banners. Nope. I feel like there was another banner here. Yes, yeah, lots of info on YouTube about magnesium. So do your own research. I've been researching the hell out of crypto. That's my new thing. What I've been doing right now. Crypto. It's a whole different thing. And some of you may not agree with that, but I'm investing small, but I'm doing like a cold wallet, and I'm doing, just small investments. I like to diversify. I have a little bit of, actual tangible assets like gold and silver. And then I have, portfolios and IRAs and mutual funds and all that stuff. And then, yeah, I want to do a little bit in cryptocurrency, just in case it goes crazy, that I've already missed the mark, but I don't completely miss it. I want to get a little something going. I know. People are smacking their faces on the crypto. I'm not a crypto bro, but I am just diversifying the portfolio. I've been doing a lot of research on cold wallets and storage, and I've been using Coinbase, and I'm starting to learn about the blockchain and stuff like that. I don't just invest without learning about it. So I'm learning slowly. To me, it does seem like it's a long shot that it's going to end up becoming anything that's a substantial currency in our world. Um, but it's pretty, Bitcoin's pretty low right now compared to what it was, a year ago or whatever, when it was at 130,000 or whatever. So that's where it is. I have real estate too. I have real estate as well. You haven't been sending letters to TMZ. That's a whole different story, man. I'm glad they're stopping on sharing that stuff. That was becoming a little much, where they were just sharing every letter they got. I think it was only incentivizing more people to send letters. So I'm good. I'm glad that they decided not to do that anymore. That's a good decision. More than likely, that person is not connected to it. It's possible they are. You have to treat it as such, but no. I was good on hearing from them as far as the Nancy Guthrie case. Do you have a property manager, or do you manage it yourself? I manage it myself. I only have a 3-family, and then I have another single family. But yeah, I only manage it myself, mostly family and friends in there. So it's pretty easy, but I'd like to get more. I'd like to get more. I would definitely like to continue to diversify the portfolio as much as I can. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But overall, I think I've covered a lot of what I wanted to cover today. Sorry I couldn't do the ancestry test. I got to wait to not drink and eat. But overall, thank you for coming out. We're going to, like I said, have an episode Monday, YouTube on Tuesday. Patreon's coming for this sooner than later, but Crime Weekly will be first. We also have, I'm assuming most of you are Crime Weekly watchers or viewers. We have the new Elizabeth Smart episode coming out on Friday. We also have a new Crime Weekly News coming out on Wednesday. That's going to cover 2 different stories. We're going to be talking about the shooting here in my hometown, or the town over, at the ice skating rink, where there was someone there who shot 2 people and killed them, and a couple others injured, right in my backyard. So I wanted to cover it. It was getting some media attention online. We're going to talk about that. And then we're also going to talk about the story where the 13-year-old boy his throat was slashed. Fortunately, he survived. It was 1 millimeter away from his jugular. But what made that story gain even more attention was the fact that there was this viral video where he just had some cool reactions, and his mannerisms were funny, and it went viral. So we're going to talk about that to kind of like end the episode and have it be a little bit more of a lighter episode. It was really funny. So that's coming out on Wednesday. So look forward to that if you're watching on Crime Weekly News. And as always, guys, I appreciate you being here. The lives are going to be something we start doing more often, especially with the new Patreon changes. We're going to be doing once a month on Crime Weekly, and I'd like to do once a month on Detective Perspective, where we can come in here, have these conversations, and it doesn't always have to be crime. That's not a good thing, right? We're building a community, and it's important to stay focused on what we're passionate about, but it's also equally important to have some downtime where we just get to know each other and talk about random shit. It doesn't have to have a purpose. And that's because I've seen with law enforcement, if all you do is the doom and gloom, it can break you. And so having a little bit of fun and just getting together to just bullshit is not a bad thing. It's not a waste of time. It builds stronger connections, and it builds better chemistry. So when you're working, whether it's a police department or what we're doing with crowd solving, it's important that there's a balance, and that not everything you do is like go, 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 go. So it's good for you. And I can tell you right now, it's great for me because we're covering 2 or 3 cases a week. And it's a lot. It's a lot to process, and it can have negative effects on you. So this is a good thing. And I appreciate you guys being here because it helps me. Even if it don't help you as much as you think it does, it definitely helps me. And I need it. I need more of it, to be honest. It's always about the next story, the next case, and that can put you in a bad headspace. So I appreciate you guys being here. I hope everyone has a great night. Thank you for coming out. And we did an hour and a half, so we got a good session in, and hope I answered a lot of your questions. I know I didn't answer all of them, but I feel like, we've solved the case of, did Derek get fired from his job? So that right there's a big one, because if you look online, it's a popular rumor that Derek's full of shit and he got fired from his job. So according to this fake plaque that I 3D printed, I retired. It's a good thing. All right, guys, I appreciate you being here. Everyone stay safe, and I will see you later this week on Crime Weekly News, Crime Weekly, and next week on Detective Perspective. Have a good night.